everyone, I am Liana with Music Academy International Inc. and welcome to the greatest piano channel on the internet, period. So in this video, I'm gonna do question and answer series. Again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your question. I piled up here lots of questions from your emails and from Facebook and from Instagram and from the Patreon site. So we're having very important questions that needs to be answered correctly from my perspective. So I'm having here question number 1, how to find the right song for me? Good question. Number 2, how to set goals? Very good question. How to practice slow? That's a really good question. Slow and more slow. How to break up the score? Very important. Let's do that. What kind of teacher do I need? Do I need one? Okay, we will see. Then we're having here, how long should I practice? How to learn quick a piece? Okay, we all want quick. Yes, that's gonna come. What to practice in a session? That's good, in a practice session. Then we're having coordination exercises for beginners. Absolutely. Why should I play scales? We're gonna get through it. Why arpeggios and why versions? Why should I learn about arpeggio and inversions? What the heck are them? So we're gonna go there. Chord practice, practice exercise, and ultimately I have one more, classical pieces that I believe you should learn and why. Alright, you like that, right? So give me a like and let's get going with number 1. Hello everyone, I am back with you doing another question and answer, and then this question, it's coming from Adam. Thank you so much. It's a great question. Smoke is here with me. Probably, I don't know if you can see him, always wants a treat. And it's how should I practice? Meaning, what should I practice in a session, right? And exactly, because there's so many things and I don't know exactly how to approach this piano situation, all right? So let's get going. So in my understanding, everyone, doesn't matter if you are an elementary, intermediate or advanced, you must have some kind of fingers exercise, right? If you are elementary, something like that, it should be good. Meanwhile, or just, so the fingers exercise, 5 fingers exercise, there are different methods, different kinds, for 5 fingers. I'm talking 5 fingers. I'm not talking scales or anything like that. So 5 fingers exercise, again, depends of your level, you still need to do it. I do have an entire series. So first of all, with Hanon, from 1 to 20, all the patterns there explained in the Hanon playlist, under the Hanon playlist, right? It's like 4 parts showing you all the patterns for 5 fingers exercise. On top of that, same on Hanon, for those that are intermediate and advanced, same Hanon is how to practice in different ways, with rhythms, with staccato, with legato, with transposing, and so on and so forth. So if you are an elementary, or just a beginner, let's not call it elementary because it sounds so elementary, right? So if you are a beginner, like in the first 2-3 years of your piano, I would definitely do about 5 to 10 minutes move your fingers. That would be your warm up. So this is kind of a must. 90% of the time, definitely do this, okay? So any kind of fingers exercise, they're good, any kind. Point number 2, any kind of scales and arpeggio must be done. We'll do another video about the scales, arpeggio and chords and how to do them, but anyhow. You have all the scales, absolutely all the scales, you know, in the playlist under scales. How to play it 2 octaves, both hands, up and down, and split, major and minor, okay? So, and then those minor in all different ways. So, a natural, harmonic, and melodic. And this, for those that they are beginners, I would do that for at least another 5 minutes, all right? If you are an intermediate, I would do it for 10 minutes. And if you are an advanced, I would do it for at least 15 minutes, right? So this fingers exercise and scales, in the chapter of scales, I'm talking scales and arpeggio and chords. Again, depends how advanced you are. But for elementary, scales and 5 fingers exercise, I would do at least 10 minutes out of your practice. That usually it's about 30 minutes as in the elementary. As an intermediate, usually people put about 45 minutes to an hour set. So in that case, I'll go about 10 to 15 minutes on fingers exercise and scales up and down and up and down. Pick one scale and just go up and down, or whatever your level it is, however you can do it, slow and then faster and faster and split. And there are many ways how to practice a scale and the arpeggio. For those that are advanced, those already they know what to do. I hope so by now. And probably they're doing at least 20 minutes to even more, just scales and arpeggio and stuff. I'm still doing the scales and arpeggio. And at some point in time, I'll do a video how I do my scales. And you'll be like, whoa, are you really doing? Yeah. All of that every day, or every day I'm practicing. I'm still, that would be your warm up. Step number 2, that's just the warm up. Okay, then I will definitely, for those that are late beginners and early intermediate, I'm always introduce the Czerny. It's spelled Czerny. Czerny. Czerny, it's a composer that lived in the time of classical time with Mozart and stuff. We don't need to know, more. But Czerny has many methods. Okay, there are others as well, but I like Czerny. I grew up with Czerny. There are many kind of books, $5.99, $8.47, just for the left hand. There are many opuses, different opuses, Just ask me the question and I'll tell you which one to go with. And I will do a Czerny every 2 weeks and practice as a beginner. Take one. I do have a series of the first 20 Czernys of Opus 599 for beginners, meaning late beginners. So first 10 of them, they are sight reading, but then after 11 and 12, there again more fingers exercise, and practically it's applying the Hanon and the scales work, it's applying into a song. So that would be for late, if you are beginner, don't worry about this, okay? But for late intermediate, for late beginners, early intermediate, when you're starting the work on Czerny, I would go at least another 15 minutes. So we having already at this moment in time about 25 minutes on just scales, Hanon, that means any other fingers exercise, they're fine, and Czerny. For those that are advanced, probably they're gonna put at least 20 to 30 minutes into Czerny, because Czerny, again, I'm still doing it as well. Every time I'm warm up, my warm up, it's about half an hour warm up every time I'm playing. So I'm bouncing. If you cannot do all 3 in a session, pick 1 or 2. Like Monday you do Hanon and scales. Tuesday you do just scales. But definitely a warm up exercise, it's always necessary for at least beginners 15 minutes, intermediate 20-25 minutes, advanced they're gonna go 30 or 40 or even more for just technicality, because Czerny, like Opus 299, becomes right. You have another into the playlist. You have again the first 8 or 9. It's full tutorials on Journey Opus 299 for late intermediate, early advanced, or just intermediate, in which you have more technicality. Now, finally, we're getting to the desserts. So this was the appetizer, that just to, start to warm up. Now we're having how long should I practice on a song? So again, this is up to you. For beginners that they only starting with 30 minutes a day, you can put 10-15 minutes on the song. You just going with one song, stay 10 minutes, and that would be it, right? You go 2 songs, 10 minutes on each, right? Or alternate. One day you do more on your first song, like 15 minutes, and less on the second song. I always going with 2 songs. My students, they always, from the beginning, we having 2 songs, if not 3, but 2, definitely 2, in which one would be from the week before, and one it's a new one. And if we can do even 3 new one, another extra one, that would be great, because they're just very easy, very short and stuff like that. Okay, so you don't need to do it that song, don't stay with one song. I think it's a little boring, because you need to have variety. I like to have variety. Work more, so put your attention on one song, and then the other one not as much. Once it's good, you start with the second one more, and then this one less, because one is gonna go, so you're going more on this one, and then more on this one, and then this, so it goes like that. Okay, with the intermediate level, I'm always again picking up 2 songs, but those 2 songs, 2 pieces of music, they are from 2 different eras, right? So it could be a Bach, that, and then a classical sonatina, or it could be a nice rhapsody, or pair up with the little sonatina, or it just could be a Beatles song, or a Broadway song, or whatever the student wants to play, like Taylor Swift song. But then I'm pairing with kind of one that is harder. So one usually it's harder, and then the other one it's easier, right? So when you get stuck with the one that is harder, for your brain relaxation, go with the other one that is it's easier, and it's like, oh my God, okay. Right? So again, this is how about, more or less how this goes. Obviously, for those that they are more advanced, they do know what to do. I hope so, because their practice goes more than an hour or 2 hours, or I don't know. Again, depends how good you want to be. And just, or just jam on this. All right. So now we have in those days when you don't want to practice, right? And you still want to do, I always said, because not all the days they're good. It's like, getting cramped out, right? So what would you do then? Yes, you will do it a little bit, at least a little bit of the fingers exercises, just to warm up. It feels good. Okay, it feels good. Stretch. Okay, that's another video that I want to do with stretching and getting ready to play the piano, right? But again, you're coming probably from as an adult. I'm talking usually as an adult, and even the kids, sometimes they're coming from a school, and they're like all over the place, right? You need a little tiny bit of transition time. It's not like I just came from work and I'm gonna start practice. Now, me, even personally, I need, after I'm teaching, I need a transition time, at least 20 minutes to 30 minutes, in which I just relax, I do nothing, maybe I do a little bit of nice conversation, chat with a friend or something like that, to transition, to let the brain slow down and slow down and get ready for a practice session, right? So even if I don't want to practice, I still would come and just do some fingers exercise. If I can only do the fingers exercise, that's fine, because I'm too tired, right? So again, work with your schedule and see what you can do. But definitely take a note, be organized, and then you do yourself a chart. Look, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you start. I have fingers exercises, I have scales, I have journey, and then I have one piece, right? So there are 5 different fingers exercise, scales, journey, one piece, 4, right? So I'm gonna dedicate myself Monday. I'm gonna do Hanon and scales and the song. Good. And dedicate myself 30 minutes. Tuesday, I'm gonna do journey more because I really need to work on journey. A little bit of fingers exercise and then the piece. Wednesday, I'm gonna do a lot on the piece. I'm just gonna hammer that piece a lot and just do a little bit of a scale, you know? So this is how you balance, you know, to keep on going. If you can do them all every day, that would be the goal, you know. But if you can't, work with what you have and don't set goals that you cannot achieve. I'm gonna do this all the time, because then if you are not able to achieve it, then you get disappointed. It's like, mostly that's why people, when they go in diet, then they quit, because I tried this, I tried that. They're putting the goals all the way there, and we gotta be realistic and have goals that you feel that you can achieve, you know. The same as picking up a song. Don't pick up a song that is all the way there and it looks like, oh my God, I'm gonna do this. Yes, you want to do it, but actually the journey is gonna be really rough, right? So what I would suggest, you know, be realistic how much you want to practice and how to be efficient with your time, right? And, you know, say, I need technique. We all need technique. We need technique. I need to move my fingers. It's like, again, the same, like you going to the gym and you need to go on cardio. You need to go on that elliptic for at least 15 minutes to put your body in move. And that treadmill or a bicycle, you need the cardio, and this would be your cardio, okay? So it's not like, you know, it's a big deal, but just put it there, you know, and move your fingers. And meanwhile, think how beautiful those fingers, they're becoming stronger, they're becoming more agile, and then you can play even more songs. Right? So if you find this video helpful, do subscribe and like the video, ask me questions. I think that my channel is really a really good educational channel for all this, you know, levels. You have, again, all the scales, you have all the Hanon, the patterns, and how to practice the patterns, you know. And then you have beautiful pieces there that it will help for any level. All levels are there, from the very beginners with the, you know, very little Beatles and stuff like that. And you have journey as well, $5.99 and $2.99. Over 250 videos by now made by me. Right? So thank you so much for being part of my family, for my Patreon family. I could not have done it without you. And see you in the next one. I will tell you what are my 5 songs, favorite songs that I would say it would be nice for you to know in classical music, and why. Okay?